This is and this will not take long. It's just a way of thinking about your time and life and in business. So it's the time management matrix. And on the left here is the level of importance. At the bottom, it's low. And at the top, it's high. And at the bottom, right here, is the urgency. And it goes on the left is high, and on the right, it's low. So you have these quadrants, quadrant one, quadrant two, quadrant three, and quadrant four. So I just want you to start kind of thinking about this when you're doing things during the day or whatever, or planning or whatever the case may be. So quadrant one is important and urgent stuff, like things that you can't put off, like they need your immediate attention. Q2 is important but not urgent. This is more like planning things out, budgeting, doing things that help your production capacity, basically, like reaching out to clients, when not when we're trying to sell them something or whatever. Q3 is kind of like the murkiest one because it can kind of seem like it's important, but it's really not. So those are not important but urgent. We're treating them like they're urgent. And then Q4 is, the ones that you just know, like if you're scrolling Instagram for 30 minutes and not learning anything, that would be the Q4 illustrated. So I've also kind of put one in here just as an example. So Q1 is responding to truly time sensitive communications, ones, a ringing phone or something like that, or, you're going back and forth with friends with directions on where you're headed or something like that. Two is like planning the month out, budgeting, some meetings, not all of them, but some. Q3 is like quick responses to messages that aren't really that important. They could wait until whenever or not be responded to at all, like picking up the phone when it's a marketing call, or something like that. And then Q4, like I said before, is like scrolling, gossip, complaining about things to people that really can't change the situation. You're just kind of venting and not doing anything. And so obviously the idea is the more that we can work in Q2, the better it is. And this meeting, the L10, is one of the things that we're, doing so that we're not just reacting to things. We're talking about things together. We're making plans. We're scheduling things out, things like that. Q1 is obviously the stuff like someone's ringing the doorbell and wants to, join, or we have a bad review, which hasn't happened in a long time. But if we had a bad review, things that we want to get back to the people right away. And then, as I said, this Q3 is like where some of the stuff that we do during the day, and I'm talking about me too. This is also for me. So don't think anybody's involved or anything like that. Not that you would, but things where we're doing things, we're being really, really busy, but they're probably not moving us forward that much or helping us out overall. We're just in reactive mode and just kind of putting out fires. It's more avoiding pain than actually gain things. And then Q4 is the obvious one. Like we all know when we're doing it, whatever that is, just a complete waste of time. So the idea is like trying to budget sometime during the week, in your life. Yeah, this is not just business, but it's like, budgeting some time for the planning and things like that. So you're not as much in reactive mode as you normally are. And so the more you can go into Q2, the smoother life is going to be. The more you're in Q1, the more you're going to get to the end of your day and be like, what the heck did I do? Anything for Q3. And then Q4 is those days where you're like, dang, this is not my best day for some things. And one of those things would be like scrolling or those kind of things is like, even sleeping is more like a Q2 thing, as if you're not getting enough sleep, getting enough sleep is Q2. So Q2 thing could be sleep, so it's something to think about, just think about when you're doing things is like, is this a Q1 thing or a Q2 thing, or am I squarely in Q4, whatever. And that should help with, managing your time and getting things planned so that you're in less reactive mode than you normally would be. So something to consider. That's from a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.